Welcome Rockstars to more Minecraft Pixelmon. Today's gonna be super exciting because we're gonna perfect the absolute strongest legendary Ting Lu to ever exist here in Pixelmon. It's exciting, let's get into it. Alrighty Rockstars, so last time we got the legendary Ting Lu and I had questions about it because, well, I'd never used it. It was from Scarlet and Violet, never seen this legendary Pokemon before. Now, I did some research and it does suggest that he is trained in HP and special defense, even though he's a high HP, high physical attacker. He's a bit of a stall type thing, it sort of seems like. You people with Whirlwind, Spikes, Stealth Rock on him, then Ruination, and Stomping Tantrum. So we have half the moves it recommends. I'm not sure how I feel about Eevee training his special defense, which is perfect because we do have an up special defense nature. That's what it recommends on almost any strategy on Smogon, which I had to refer to because I've never used this Pokemon before. So, I think we're gonna go against Smogon. What I actually want to do here is, I think what we're gonna do is, instead of running something like Whirlwind or Toxic Spikes or Stealth Rocks for a status move, we're gonna run the Assault Vest. Now, having the Assault Vest on him is key. And it just deleted my second Assault Vest. Wait, what just happened? Alright, now I have two, whatever. If I put these, it won't let me put the Assault Vest on him. But basically, the idea is, if we put the Assault Vest on him, we don't have to train him, Eevee train him in special defense. Then we can't use status moves, it's not a big deal. So that way I can train him physical defense, a little bit of attack, and pure HP, so he can tank every hit. The special defense Assault Vest will take care of our defenses on that side, and then our upgraded physical defenses prevent us from being killed by things like fighting types, since we're quad weak as a dark ground. So it's different from Smogon, but there is no one perfect way to run a Pokemon. Those are just the most common for different types of strategies. And in all fairness, I guess Smogon strategies for setting a Pokemon are competitive strategies for full-on competitive Pokemon League, so it makes sense to the best ones to use, but they don't have to be perfect. Now, last time we couldn't work on this guy's IVs or anything because we ran out of tokens. However, I went ahead and I purchased some tokens so we could do that. So now we can modify IVs. We have about a 1,500-ish tokens, I think. So first of all, our physical attack stat, max that out instantly because we're a physical attacker. So we need that maxed out. We have max special attack and that's not what we want. HP, already at 31. That's gorgeous. Defense, already at 31. Special defense, max that out to 31 as well. You know what? Why don't we just make this guy 100%? Actually, special attack's already maxed out. And I probably shouldn't have spent tokens on that. I didn't. It was naturally maxed out, but I almost did just because I wanted that 100% look. But there we go. That gives him 100% IV. So with that and having an up special defense nature, dude, this guy's gonna be overpowered. He's got 155 attack and he's only level 60. We're pretty solid. That still leaves us with over 1,000 tokens. So actually, what I'm gonna do real quick is we're gonna go ahead and finish off Magnezone to be perfect as well. We want to max out your speed. Special defense is maxed out. Let's increase your physical defense. And I think, do we want, we could do physical attack, but we're running him as a special attacker. So even though I want the look of 100%, it's not worth it. Unlike Swampert, who might have a special attack, or Ralt, who might run Psycho Cut, which counts as a special attack, but hits like a physical attack, they're not worth upgrading to his other, you know, IVs max fully. So that is insane though. So now we have basically 4 perfect Pokemon. Actually, I do need to change the nature, I do believe, of my Magnezone. Yeah, he's a lowered speed. We will want, I think we want up speed or up special defense or up special attack, I guess would be good. Honestly, you know what? I think we're gonna actually ignore all of that. Where is HP? I don't see a nature that will let me increase his HP. Is that just not an option on here? There's got to be a nature that raises your total HP amount points, right? Maybe not. Fine. Let's up our special defense and lower our physical attack. So that way we can take things like fire attacks a lot easier. Alright, Rockstar. So first of all, make sure to comment down below if you guys want to grab a name for one of these other Pokemon. I do feel warning, this is being recorded literally right after the last episode where we caught the Ting Lu. So any comments from names from that episode have not yet been applied if they're on there. But first come, first serve. You get one nickname unless no one claims anything after 2 episodes. Then you can have all the nicknames you want because why limit you if no one else is going to choose a nickname? So we need to get working on this guy's stats. So first of all, we have to max out HP. Actually, do we want to max it out or do we want to take it to like 100? Because I do want to get some physical attack stats in there, which would be really helpful to make sure he's extra powerful. But I don't want to dump too much in there. It recommends not doing it at all, but with running the Assault Vest strategy, because one, I don't want to just copy Smoggin. I want to run it my own way. 2, I personally like the idea of this strategy a lot more than the way they're running it. I've not ever been very big on stall type strategies, a whirlwind, a dragon tail. I don't mind doing it, and I think it's a decent way to get out of certain situations, but there are people who just purely rely on those strategies and those strategies alone, and it annoys me. Like, anyone can run a toxic stall strategy with stealth rocks if you do it right. You know, you have the right Pokemon, and you get a little bit lucky based off status moves, whether they hit you or not, or flinches or anything like that. You know, so it doesn't feel like a very, it's a strong strategy, yes. It doesn't feel as fun to me. And then, am I really winning at that point? We're just poisoning everyone to death while we constantly re-heal. It's not like I came up with this strategy or I trained these Pokemon strong enough to actually be able to defeat it. You know, it doesn't feel the same. Having one Pokemon on a team for that is a thing. But a lot of people I've seen, actually, yeah, a lot of people set up for the entire team to be that. So I understand having a sunny day Pokemon for your fire Pokemon. That's a good strategy. Or rain, water, same thing for thunder and rain. But people who go out there with a Blissey, a Snorlax, basically just all tank Pokemon, I really get annoyed with. Okay, so that's HP 180. Let's go ahead and let's get this guy to 200, and we'll stop there at HP. Don't worry, Rockstars, I do plan on doing another Pokemon hunt today as well. At least another easy one, not the medium one. I wanted to have access to the medium one, which is why we're gonna do another easy one. I mainly just wanted to get Ting Lu up today. That was a big focus of mine, is we get Ting Lu up and going, and then we're pretty well set. Especially since there's not a lot that we can do until we get a Pokemon team. We can't take on the Battle Tower, we can't take on the gyms. So having Ting Lu not trained up is a really bad thing, because we kind of need an entire team so we can actually start making more progress within this server. We don't have any gym badges, we can't take on the Battle Tower. It's disappointing. So we have to build a team of 6 as soon as possible to be able to do all of those things. It's one of the reasons I want to get a Pokemon hunt done, because they give such good rewards. The beginner hunts are okay, but the normal eggs are alright. But the challenging hunts, they give 4 perfect IVs, 2,500 coins, tokens, which are good for our Poke Builder, shiny eggs, large XP candies. Plus, outside of gyms, it's the only way I know how, or outside of gyms and purchasing them off the global trade station, is the only way I know how to get normal core fragments are from hunts. Normal core fragments are what we use before the server reset to get our fusion Pokemon. It's gonna be a while before we get to having another fusion. I would really like to have Joltivern again. I've only got to use him once before the server reset, so we'll probably get Joltivern for our fusion Pokemon once again. But I think when we do that, we'll probably end up getting 2 fusion Pokemon, so we have something new as well, since we covered that last time. Joltivern was just so cool, and I didn't really get to use him, so we are probably going to return to that, even though we technically just used him before the reset. Alright, Rockstars, we only have 8 EVs left. We need to decide where to put for our Ting Lu. With 252 HP, 100 attack, 100 defense, and 50 special defense, just to be a little safe. Leaving us only 8 EV points, which is 2 points in whatever stat we gonna get with those EVs. So it's not a lot. So we're just gonna go ahead and toss them into attack. So our attack's got that 2-point buff. Not insane, but I do want it to work out for us. Getting the most stats possible, we are now 100% EV training for our boy Ting Lu. We are killing it. I think we have an amazing team. We have duplicate ground typings, and with our steel type, we have a bit of a fighting type weakness, but we have 2 Pokemon and our Mega Gardevoir to help take care of that situation. Now that that's done, let's actually complete a small Pokemon hunt today, because, well, I have to if I want to be able to do the medium challenging hunt for the better reward. So let's see. We need to find a Lillipup, Herdia, or Stoutland, which is fantastic. It's not a pincer or a single evolution of any kind, and it has to be an ordinary size, so we just need to go to a plains biome. Alright, so an oak forest biome, not exactly the same, but it could still work out for us, and we're most likely to find a plains nearby if we just keep running around, so I'm not super worried about that. Unlike last time, where I spent basically an entire hour searching for a jungle, it was not fun. We might do a medium quest today. I don't plan on it. It really just kind of depends on how long this small quest ends up taking for us. Maybe depends on what we get out of our Pokemon party. You know, we get 2 eggs or an egg from this if we get the quest complete. So we might get some really good, really IV Pokemon in that we want to use. Who really knows? So it's just a lot of differences. Or possibilities is what I meant to say. These guys do have a 2-hour time limit, which is how we weren't able to complete the second hunt in the last episode. We spent an hour looking for the jungle, and then the entire hour in the jungle, we found one, maybe 2, but I'm pretty sure only 1 pincer. And we were not just looking looking through wild spawns, we were also using Sweet Scent to help find Pokemon. So that is insane to think about that. Maybe it wouldn't have been so bad if it wasn't for Pinsir, but to have that feeling that an easy hunt and we couldn't beat it. Because the differences in the hunts are kind of insane for the most part. Right now, we only have to worry about the size. After this, I think it goes to a specific size and then a specific nature. And then you have to have a specific size, specific nature, and specific gender, and specific evolution, I believe. You can't get, like, we can get any evolution of the herdier line in that count. I don't think that is how it works on the harder versions of the hunts. I think it limits you to that specific Pokemon evolution and not the entire line. So knowing that we failed the easy 2-hour hunt, it's kind of scary to think about if we ever try an insane hunt. At least we finally made it to a plains by, ooh, Ma Plusle, do I have you? I do not. I do still need to complete the Pokedex. You know, we have a lot to do with that. We're not even 25% of the way through it, so we should catch every Pokemon that we don't have. Otherwise, we're going to be searching for these guys like crazy later on, and that's not going to be a lot of fun. Do I have a Ponyta? I feel I do have a Ponyta. Come on, Herdier. Whatever the other evolutionary tame, if I could ever speak, we have Lillipup, Herdier, or Stoutland. Okay, I could remember it was 2 or 3 stage evolution. I always forget about one of them. I think I always forget that Stoutland is the 3rd evolution, and I just know Lillipup and Herdier. It's not that I forget it's a Pokemon, that I forget that it's so closely related. Come on, one of them has to spawn around here somewhere. Ooh, Master Ball loot, and we got an XP share. That's the sad thing I don't like about the Master Ball loots. They give you good items, but like I have XP shares, I have choice specs and choice scarves, so those are the items you get, and I just don't need them. Ooh, Fido! Let's quick ball you, Fido, and grab you. We're getting somewhat close to finishing up 30% of the Pokedex, which is a good feeling. That means we've caught nearly 300-ish Pokemon. Yeah, we need 71 more to go before we get to 30, and we're at 23%. But I don't want to focus on the Pokedex right now. I want to focus on the Pokemon hunt, and it's not giving me what I want. I don't have a Milk Tank. Like, I threw the Pokeball item to check, but I was pretty sure that I had Milk Tank, but I guess not. And yes, Quick Balls are so good. It's so nice. I love being able to just toss a Pokeball and have a good chance of catching it. I just caught you, Plusle. If you would have had a Minun spawn, that would be helpful. Maybe this is why I don't complete my dex. I mean, not my dex, my Pokemon hunt, is because I'm too busy catching all the Pokemon I don't have in my dex. But then again, I'm not seeing any Lillipups or Herdiers or Stoutlands. So am I going to run around in circles and let Pokemon I don't have in my dex just float away? Oh, Snubbull, do I have you? I do not. But more importantly, is that a legendary boss next to me? I don't know if we can defeat it. We don't have a full team, and our team's not equal. But we might have a chance. Come on, catch Snubbull quickly, please. Quick ball. There we go. Yes. Okay, boss. Oh, that's a big Sentret. Boss legendary. Who do we, I guess let's lead off with our Magnezone so we can get an idea here. So he's gonna have probably physical moves, so Mirror Coat's not gonna do much. Let's start with Flash Cannon, see if we can lower his special defense at all. Scratch. That's not gonna do anything to us. You're not gonna have any good moves now, are you? I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Boss legendary is still a legendary boss that we could get good rewards from. We could get a legendary bird orb early. I would take a brand new Master Ball. I don't know if there are any custom rewards like the core fragments for the fusion Pokemon you could get from it. That'd be cool. I guess any rare items that we just don't have. We have plenty of Lucky Eggs and EXP shares. But that kills the Sentret. Sweet. We only need Magnezone, and we got Meadow and Draco Plate. Kinda useless to us, but not completely. It's good for grass and dragon types by 20% boosting of those moves, but we don't really need those for any of our Pokemon right now, and we don't have an Arceus to put those plates on, so they're sort of useful, but we could use just better items. I'm not wrong, right? Lillipup, Herdier, Stoutland, they spawn here in the plains biome, but I haven't seen one of them. Ooh, Seviper, level 65! Since when wow, I don't know I've seen, or how often, or how Zangooses I've seen every once in a while spawn at this level. Maybe a rare Baratic at this level, but 65 is such a high level Pokemon naturally in the wild. That's insane. I don't have Pidove. This is probably, once again, why I don't catch what I need. Okay, but I'm not gonna pass them up. Actually, while we're waiting for this to capture. Yeah, it spawns in plains, Sunfowl, plains, other biomes. Here we go. Herdier, finally. Literally, as I went to go, like, where do they spawn? I was like, I was pretty sure they spawn here in this biome. Okay, quick ball. The best part about the Pokemon hunts is I don't have to pull this out of my PC to check if it's the right one. It will just automatically tell me whether it's in my party or not, if it's the right size. Ordinary. That's all that we need. Oh, we broke free. Son of a gun. Fine, take a level ball to the face. We've got 20 levels on you at the minimum, so that's gotta be worth something. We're also just too high of a level to actually damage the Pokemon without killing them. Yeah, there we go. Hey, and we completed our hunt with that one. So let's open this Pokeball bundle. I don't have the inventory space. Oops. There we go. That gives us some more quick balls, which is very nice. But now we can actually claim the rest of our hunt rewards here. All right, let's open our Pokeball bundles. Actually, we got 3 from that because it gave us 1 when we completed it and the 2 when we actually claimed our rewards. I should check out these Pokemon though. I have the Axews, the Tricos, and the Slackoffs that I did want to check out. And now I actually can't use Slackoffs. We shouldn't even bother checking them out. That's going to be more fighting type weaknesses, and we already have that. But Axew's a ground dragon type, isn't he? Or is he pure dragon? If he's ground dragon, he's off the list too. But if we have a good Trico, I love my Sceptile, but I did use him recently. Opening the Pokemon eggs. That's what we came here to do. So let's do that real quick. Come on, give me something good. Either not in the decks or something good for the party. That's all that I care about. Not in the decks or good for the Pokemon team. Come on. And Cornfish. You're useless. He's an alright Pokemon, but he's not great for late game battles, and I already had him in the Pokedex. I nearly got Sylveon there. I would have been super happy with Sylveon, even if we don't run it because we already have Geralt as our fairy type. But come on, give me something nice to hear. Barraskewda. Completely useless. Just again, another Pokemon I do not need, and I already had in the Pokedex. Oh no, the insane hunts require a hidden ability. That is nuts. While the medium hunts require specific size and nature. I guess that makes sense because this is insane. I've played other servers where hidden ability is sometimes a part of it, but it's usually not. That's insane though. Screw it. Let's start a medium hunt. Oh no. Okay, so we need to find a naughty natured giant size Bouffalante. Use the synchronize ability for this hunt is recommended. It will make it 6 times easier. Is that why they give us synchronized Pokemon as rewards? How does that work? I know how it works for like poison when you're in a battle. I see now. So it's a 50% chance increase for that ability to spawn, or that nature to spawn, when it has that same nature in a synchronized Pokemon. So we need naughty. You have a timid nature. You have a lax nature. Crap. I've got to have some more synchronized Pokemon in, right? And I got rid of the other Abra I think that I did have in here. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Hold on. Slash. I know it's a little bit of a waste, but I think it's going to be worth it. We'll get like a 10th of our tokens back, but modify nature. We need it to be naughty. Please don't be an expensive one. Some of them are 150, some of them are 250. Naughty is 125 tokens. Perfect. Put that on you. Now we put the Pokemon at the front of our party. All right, so at this point, we just have to get a Bouffalante to spawn, and great, we're in a snow mountain biome. He spawns in plains, savanna. I'm trying to think. I've seen him in plains, but I think savanna would be a more common spawn. He also spawns at nighttime, so right now being in the middle of the snow biome is the worst place for us to be. So we're gonna teleport home because I believe, if I remember correctly, there's, a plains biome right across. So something to do with why level 50 is also a factor into him spawning, like he's usually below that. It was kind of hard to find the information, honestly. One, because Google's weird recently with all the AI prompts and automatic AI responses, so you get different results. 2, because there's a lot of results for Pokemon Go. I kept getting results about Bouffalante spawning in New York, the state, which is not what I was looking for. So that wasn't helpful at all. And then 3, on top of that, there's so many different versions of Pixelmon. Some things are slightly changed. There's newer biomes from newer versions of Minecraft, which in turn causes even more conflict within Google results. But from what I can tell, it should spawn nighttime, maybe daytime, in the plains, sunflower plains, savanna-esque biomes. We have our Abra with the synchronized naughty ability that should give us the better chance for the right nature. So all we have to do is get, I believe, was it the ordinary size or giant size that we needed this time? We needed a giant size Bifulant, and you can't change it with Pokebuilder. You have to get it naturally, otherwise it does not count. We don't have Watchdog though, and I mean, the best thing I can do is get more stuff going. The Watchdog has been synchronized to naughty, 25% chance. Why do you have to do it on the first Pokemon and not a Pokemon that we actually need? Oh, that's annoying. At least we know in chat when that will work now. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. I thought we would have to manually check it every single time, but at least now we know. We'll still have to check if it naturally has it, but I guess if it naturally has that in the size, it will just tell us that we've completed the hunt. So that's the big bonus to these hunts that I don't think every Pixelmon server does. Sometimes you have to manually check and claim the rewards, while this just, as soon as you have it caught, it automatically tells you that you won it. You've defeated the challenge. Ooh, a Shuppet, however. Let's quick ball this. Usually I'd spend up building in the plains, but I don't want to get legendaries like Landorus or Thundurus if I do get a legendary to spawn on me at home. So that's why I usually try to spawn in the build in the mountains, so I can get like a Groudon or Quasar. Why did I say Groudon? That's desert, but just not the boring ones. All right, so we've got 4 hours to find this Bouffalant. So I mean, I don't know how long this is gonna take, and I guess we're just gonna be here waiting for a Bouffalant. I mean, unless we get a rare spawn, I don't know if we'll really be showing you guys absolutely anything else. I'll be catching Pokemon I don't have still, because that will also open up spawns for Bouffalant to spawn, but unless it's an extraordinary rare or shiny Pokemon, I'm not going to bore you guys. We spent a lot of time catching Pokemon today already, and I really just want to get this Bouffalant, but it doesn't seem to be spawning. It said nighttime, so maybe it's about to become sunrise. Maybe that will cause a spawn. Well, Rockstars, I'm still waiting for a Bouffalant. I have not seen one, and I kind of don't want one to appear right now because it's a move tutor. So let's check out what we've got here on our main Pokemon. So Ting Lu, you can learn absolutely nothing. Okay, don't have to worry about you. You can learn, ooh, T-Bolt, but we have an electric type, so as much as coverage would be nice, the other ones are physical moves. I don't think that's worth it, so Ralts will leave you. Swampert, bulk up, yo, but I don't have those. Oh, I don't have those. Ice Punch would be good too. And I need physical moves on him. That could be really good. What about our boy here? You can get Thunderbolt. We need you. That's 15 diamonds. What? Okay, so we need 15 diamonds. We also need 12 of the whatever the white crystal is that I forget the name of the Pixelmon ore. But I can't leave either. Oh, how am I supposed to do this? Oh, wait. Shop. Okay, I have lots of money, so this is going to be a little bit of a waste. But at the same time, it's going to be so worth it. So, boom, 15 diamonds, 7,500 coins. That's actually not nearly as bad as I expected. Okay, Poke Ores and Crystal. We needed, what, 12 of those? Yes, there we go. So, Swampert, you get Bulk Up, and we replace Takedown. There we go. That's really good. Now, we make our Magneton here. We teach him Thunderbolt over Discharge, which is a massive upgrade. 10 more power on that. I could give our boy Ice Punch. That would be good. What are you currently rocking again? Hydro Pump, Muddy Water. Yeah, we don't have a physical water type move right now. We know we're gonna get EQ at some point, right? So, and I'd like to keep Rock Slide. So, in reality, we'd have EQ, Rock Slide. That leaves us with one move left. And I would prefer that to be a physical water move like Waterfall. So, I think we're gonna leave that for now. And I think that's kind of it. I mean, that's our main team. And I mean, it wasn't a massive upgrade. But, I mean, I think getting Thunderbolt on Magneton or Magnezone. Now that we've nicknamed him, I forget the name of his very final evolution. I always do that. And then getting Bulk Up on Swampert, I think is really good for now. Worst comes to worst, we can always replace it later. And then I don't know if that applies it to learn in the move relearner, because he technically learned the move, but I think move relearner usually refers to only level up moves. So that's going to be interesting. But once again, I don't see a Bouffalant, so it's definitely going to be an interesting time. I mean, I could go to a bigger area, but or a different area, but as far as I know, this is just as good as any other Bouffalant spawn location. Maybe Savannah, I personally think might be slightly better for the Pokemon, if I can remember correctly, but I also, it's complete luck if I get a Savannah biome. There's no way to know for sure that I will find one, and at least here we know that it can spawn, so we're just gonna have to sit around and wait. Alright, I did just pay 2 grand for 2 Master Balls, or not 2 grand, 12 grand for 2 Master Balls, because I was kind of feeling nervous that I didn't have at least 1 Master Ball on me. So I went ahead and I purchased 2. I have the money, and I don't have enough money to specifically buy a legendary Pokemon off the GTS right now. And I want to do my best not to just straight up buy the legendaries, which I usually do since I don't have much spawn luck, but I think there's a way to naturally unlock most of the legendaries without spawns, like the birds through orbs or something. But that's something we'll come to when we actually come to that moment, when that's going to be a lot more of an issue when we get to basically everything else in the Pokedex is done. Yeah, because once you start getting up to, you know, like 60, 70, 80% of the deck, you're getting 70, 80, 100, 200,000 coins, legendary key fragments for fusions, legendary eggs at 100%, a shiny legendary egg specifically. So there are plenty of other ways, I think, outside of buying them to get the legendary Pokemon. Alright, so I got a little bored running in circles waiting for the right Pokemon to spawn, so I spent 55 grand on a gold bottle cap and 8,500 on a silver bottle cap, because a gold bottle cap gives off a golden gleam that hyper trains all of the IVs of a Pokemon, and the silver does the same thing for a single IV of a Pokemon. So this will help us save some tokens, since I don't really care about the Poke Dollars. They're a lot easier to get nearly as much. So when we do get whatever our 6th and 5th Pokemon team members are, we should be able to get them as strong IV trained as our current team, because if we're talking pure IVs and EVs, our team is massively killing. I just have to solve our fighting type weakness, and I think I have a typing combo that I want to run to help with that, but I don't know what Pokemon to run for that right now. So I've got to get some ideas in my head. But Mass Shift, I don't have Yule, and while Mass Shift failed to synchronize 25%. Jeez, failed. It always fails. I think I read that as succeeding the very first time. No, it's the warning that it failed. Hey, at least we caught a crap ton of new Pokemon. At the start, we were at like 71 new Pokemon needed. We're down to 59. We've almost got 20 new Pokemon this episode. Oh, Zoroark! Oh, Zorora, not Zoroark. What am I thinking of that? I know that from something. It's not Zathora, the old movie. It's Zoroark. Is that the evolution? Or is it from the Gargantia anime? No, that's not from... I know that... Oh, I'm so confused. Either way, it's an interesting and cool Pokemon. One I've never used. But if it's got good IVs, it could be a decent team member. I think it's a dark type, though, and we already have that. And that's more fighting type weak. So we would have to make a team change if we want that, and that's not worth it. My processing, though, I'm thinking a bug flying type. Both types are resistant to fighting types, so that's really, really good. Bugs are good for dark and psychic types as well, which is going to be super nice. And then I'm not sure about the last Pokemon, but I'm thinking obviously we should probably get like a dragon type. Dragon types themselves are naturally resistant against a lot of Pokemon, and fighting types would be included within that. So it wouldn't be exactly repellent against the fighting types, but it should be worth it. And I think that's... Oh, Brion! Nice. Starting Pokemon we can catch. Not the base evolution, so we can't get them all in the line, but it's still really good for us. But yeah, the dragon type should give us another neutral way to resist fighting types without having to choose a specific Pokemon against it. And I think that would be, as a typing setup, a really good rounded off team. I don't know what dragon or what bug flying type I want to get yet, however. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any good ideas. We have 4 Pokemon, 2 special, 2 physical attackers. We have 2 bulkier Pokemon with Magnezone, Swampert, sort of, but mainly Ting Lu. So I don't know if we truly need a pure tank Pokemon, but we might need to think about it. Of course, the Trank will successfully synchronize to the ability. Great. Pokemon, we don't need that to work for, but I'm just trying to think of a good pure bug flying type. I know crappier or somewhat decent but not good enough bug flying type like Butterfree or Vespiquen, but the really good bug types I usually use like Heracross, Volcarona, they're bug fighting, bug fire. A desert biome, that's actually good. It's not a savanna, but deserts, especially in later versions, newer versions of Minecraft, the right biomes naturally tend to be against the biomes they're supposed to be against. So they say savanna, badlands, they're closer to each other than say a forest and whatnot would be. Ooh, do we even have Larvesta in our Pokedex yet? I don't think we do. I love Volcarona and I'd love to run it, but I run it so often and I always try to keep my teams a little bit fresh, so I'm not gonna touch catch it, but I love it so much. It's one of my favorite bug types. But there's the Lavesta. We're just continuing to fill the Pokedex up. We might end up filling up the Pokedex before we get anything else. Oh my god, Capsicum. I bet there are a crap ton of desert Pokemon I don't have. I don't think I've really stopped here for just catching random Pokemon for the Pokedex. I think I've only done here 1 or twice for specific reasons. Like, I don't have Numel either. Oh my god. I think I have Trapinch, or do I have Trapinch and Cobblemon? If you guys haven't checked out my Cobblemons, I highly recommend it. If you guys are enjoying, leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know you're enjoying the content that we make. And there's Numala. Trapinch. I don't have Trapinch. Holy crap. I know I don't have Esperanza behind me, so we need to grab that. Is that how you say it? Esperanza? It's fun to say Esperanza. Or are you supposed to be boring? Esperanza. I don't know how to say it without the flair in the voice. Esperanza. I don't know how to say it without the flair. You're gonna be a difficult catch. Can you please just get in the quick ball? Otherwise, we're gonna be struggling to catch you because I don't have a sleepy Pokemon and my never mind. I was about to say my Pokemon too high of levels to damage you. I'm spending so much time catching Pokemon that I don't have for the Dex versus actually looking for the Savannah biome for my Pokemon hunt, which is what I should be doing. Hey, but 50 more Pokemon to go, and then, oh, here's the base form. I just can't help it. I need it for the Pokedex. 50 more to go until we hit our good old 30% goal, which is going to be nice. Luckily, the minimap shows that there's a grasslands next to us behind us, so we need to travel in this direction, and hopefully we'll run into a Savannah instead of another plains biome. Yes, I called it! Savannah biome. Okay, so this should be good for us. One, it opens us up to new Pokemon to catch, and on a bonus side, I'm pretty sure there's a better chance than the sunflower or the regular plains biome to have the actual Buffalant spawn, which is what we need. I say that because I've lived in a Savannah biome for one of my Pixelmon series, and I remember seeing tons of Buffalants, and I don't remember if that was Cobblemon or Pixelmon or both or what. What I do know is that I feel confident about that statement, and that's what's important. Confidence. Watch, I'm gonna catch like 45 new Pokemon in this episode for the Pokedex, and then in like 2-3 episodes time, when I'm doing like 50-60% of the Dex, I'm gonna be struggling hard because I'm only gonna have evolutions left and no wild Pokemon. But quick calls are a saving grace. They are so good. I have caught like 90% of my Pokemon in the first go with these things. We just caught like 6 or 7 Pokemon in a row when we stepped into this biome off the bat with the quick ball. Ooh, Vivian. This has just turned into a Pokedex episode. Screw the Pokemon hunt, apparently. Then again, I'm just getting annoyed that I'm not even finding the Pokemon. It's one thing that if we don't find the exact matches, it's another thing that we don't find the Pokemon spawns at all. Because, yeah, I'm wasting time, but at least I'm filling the Pokedex up this way. Because otherwise, I'm just running around in circles for like 2-3 hours doing absolutely nothing. Which feels way worse than just wasting your time because you were progressing on something just as important and as difficult, if not more difficult. Plus, once we catch all these very basic Pokemon in the Savannah biome, they're not gonna be needed for us to catch again, so we'll just be running around them the entire time we're looking for Buffalant. It's not been a super long time since we've started the hunt. I'm just being annoyed by it. It's been half an hour, 45 minutes. We got 3 hours and 24 minutes left. I think we started with 4:10. This is also an incredibly tiny Savannah biome. Really, this is the entire Savannah biome. We've already explored the entire thing. That's it. We've explored it. Oh my god, what is my luck? I do have Magikarp. What is my luck? I can't find the biome. This biome is just so tiny. I can't move to a different part of it for fresher spawns. Like, I'm already getting mountain spawns up here. I don't want mountain spawns. Oh, Buffalants. I knew it. Look, an entire horde. Okay, we just gotta start catching these, right? This guy failed to synchronize, which sucks, but he could still have the natural ability anyways. Or nature. We don't know. I don't know if it tries that activation or whatnot. There's a bunch of them. We're just gonna catch them all, and it will tell us if we have the right one or not. There we go. 50% HP. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and toss Ultra Balls at this guy. I'm so glad I came to Savannah biome. Savannah biome. We got 5. Like, I think it's like 5. There was a group of them that spawned. Its HP's always in half, right? So if it hurt itself with recoil damage. So never mind. I'm like, but Ruination would always do half, right? So if it's half of half, it would just do another half. Did I say that right? And I accidentally threw a quick ball. That's not going to do anything. That's going to be just like throwing a Pokeball. Hey, but it worked. There we go. Okay, which one of these is the biggest? You are, I think. So we should, because we are looking for a giant sized one, right? So we should just catch the biggest to the smallest. I'm gonna gonna catch them all no matter what, as long as we don't run into one that already completes our goal for us. But yeah, that's how we're gonna do this. So let's go ahead and ruination this guy up. And this guy's only 46 versus 50, which is nice. So that means level ball will actually have more effectiveness. Boom, a level ball. We should have some decent catch rate. I don't know the math for the level ball, how many levels equals how much of a better catch rate on the Pokeball, because that's the whole point of it. But oh, it wasn't enough apparently. How about an Ultra Ball? We know Ultras are 2 times catch rate, so come on, get in the Pokeball. We have more of you to catch unless you are a giant with the naughty nature. And I don't remember seeing the chat if you synchronized. I bet you failed. Oh wait, this last one has been synchronized. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, I've completed the challenge. Yeah, see, your Buffalo has received 4 boosted IVs. So that's where the boosted IVs come from. So now we can go to Pokemon hunts and we can claim our rewards. I don't have enough inventory space. There's our rewards. That is awesome. So we got a level 1 medium Pokeball bundle, a fusion core fragment, a level 1 another bundle for Pokeballs, and 1 low level normal okay, so we got 2 fragments and 2 bundles, our 2 shiny eggs. A strong hidden ability lure boosts natural spawns of hidden ability Pokemon by 1.73 times. That's pretty cool. So we get 16, oh technically since we have 2 of these, we'll get 32 Dusk, Ultra, and Quick Balls, which are perfect. Those are the best Pokeballs. Well, Rockstars, it's been a pretty exciting episode. We've got a lot done. We trained up our legendary. We opened multiple eggs. We're opening 2 shiny eggs to end the episode off. And we completed medium and small Pokemon hunt. So let's see. Our first shiny is going to be a shiny Sinister. Not amazing. Opening up shiny egg number 2. I mean, shiny is a shiny. I'm really happy about it. But I'd like a usable shiny or a cool shiny that I can store away or show off. What are we gonna get this time? Farfetch'd. I don't know if I even know a shiny Farfetch'd. It's red. That is cool. I guess I should show off shiny Sinistea. Oh, it's literally a pixel art. I thought that was just, oh wow, okay. Farfetch'd cool though. He's like got a light like apple red tone to his back. Overall, really cool, really exciting episode. Leave a like, comment, subscribe down below if you guys all did enjoy Rockstars, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace, peace.